Okay.
All right, good evening, everyone. The Town of Grand Rapids Board will meet today, Wednesday, August 13th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Town of Grand Rapids Municipal Building at 2410 48th Street South. Just making a note that Supervisor France is excused from tonight's meeting. So the first thing we'll do is the Pledge of Allegiance, so please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, second agenda item, approve the agenda for the meeting. Anybody have any corrections or changes to it? Seeing none. Number 3 is to approve the minutes of the July 9th Town Board meeting. Together?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, thank you, Todd.
I'll second.
Thank you, Bill. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Then the same, we have the July 31st Special Town Board meeting. Minutes are in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jason. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Number 4 is public comment. Anybody wishing to address the board will be limited to 2 minutes, with each public comment period limited to a total of 30 minutes. Please note, the board will also take comment from the public on agenda items as called by the chair, but not during public comment. Please note that once the board begins discussion on an agenda item, no further comment will be allowed from the public on that issue. Does anybody have any public comment they'd like to share? Please state your name and address.
Craig Baziner, 2710 Grand Forest Drive. I wrote this so they can keep it to 2 minutes. I'd like to thank for the time to address the board on an issue that should be presented to the board tonight under the Public Works Report. I submitted a letter that requests this board stop the selective enforcement of the right-of-way, our wildflower area that we invested in and even used for professional photography business was selectively cut by our Public Works lead, Mr. Mike Smith, and the board who oversees him. I attended the Public Works meeting looking for answers to this matter and got no answers. You as a board will get a recommendation from the Public Works for spending money to educate our townspeople via social media on the right-of-way. That will not be helpful because the very people that want to educate people to understand the right-of-way and its purpose, I say, don't understand that. I say this based on the remarks from Mr. Smith and Mr. Warren at the Public Works meeting, that Mr. Smith owns the right-of-way and he can do whatever he wants. I have done research into this matter, talking to other towns' public works leads, village public works people, and also professionals in their fields of surveying and engineering, and not one said that what Mr. Smith and Mr. Warren was saying was correct. I asked this board to please control the power play, which also those professionals called it, by our Public Works lead, and Mr. Warren, for the sake of keeping our town out of a compromising position that Mr. Smith is putting our town in by selectively enforcing the right-of-way. He does not own and does not understand it. In closing, I would like to say that I understand that the right-of-way has a purpose. It also is a big part of our town and how it looks. This is a very complex issue, as stated by many of these professionals I talked to, and they say it needs to be handled in that way, and it needs to be well thought out and put out there for the public to understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any comment for the board? Please go ahead, state your name.
Mike at 5535 Kellner Road. I know you're getting into the budget season, or it's coming up very soon. What has the board, and they should be, and I challenge the board to look at this building here. Next year it's 60 years old. It's outgrown its capacity. You've got a building here, this room here used to be this whole section. Now you've got treasurer over here, you've got a police department over here. How are we going to look at this in 10 years? Have you got a 10-year plan for this building? Do you have a 10-year plan for the town garage? Several years ago, you had a board member here that came to the fire station and worked on a 10-year plan for the fire department so you can plan ahead for budget. Are we doing that for the fire department yet? Are we doing that for the police department? Are we doing that for the crew? Are we doing that for this building? It needs to be replaced. It's outgrown its usefulness. Why do I come in here in the wintertime and I see many of the staff wearing heated vests? This is the town's front door. This needs to be updated, either torn down or a new one built. I challenge this board and the Public Buildings Committee to start the process. Nobody says you gotta build a building next year, but start the process at looking at replacing this building. Elections are, it's crazy. You have people outside the door, in line here, backed up in here. They need more space. This is the 3rd largest community in Wood County. I guess what people have said, the 6th largest township in Wisconsin. We should start acting like it. Start planning. If you have to come up with a 10-year plan, please do that. Are the bathrooms handicapped accessible? What's the air quality in here? How are the vents? Are we doing pretty good there? The air quality in here? You have a great public safety department with police department and fire department. They need space. We built a new fire station because we ran out of space for the fire department. It's time to build a new municipal building and at least start the process. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any public comment you'd like to share? All right, seeing no more, we'll go move on to the monthly reports from the departments. We'll start with the fire department. Bob?
Evening, board and residents. How about those brewers? Our monthly report for July. So on our roster, we're currently staffed with 43 members, both fire and EMS. We're always looking for motivated individuals for fire and EMS. Stop by and contact me if you have any interest in serving your community. Our calls for the month of July, we had 38 calls for service. It was 27 EMS calls, 11 fire calls, compares to 38 EMS last year and 11 calls in July of last year. Of those 11 calls, 7 were in Grand Rapids, none in Toga, 1 out in Grant. We had 3 mutual aids. The mutual aids consisted of Wisconsin Rapids Fire and Port Edwards Fire. Of those, we had 4 mutual aid, 1 false alarm, 2 rescue missing person, 2 motor vehicle accidents, 1 vehicle fire, 1 carbon monoxide call. So training for last month, we didn't train because we had our raffle the same night as our EMS training, and we had a refresher coming up. Fire, both morning and evening, we did water rescue and boat operations, and also Project Life, little mini Project Lifesaver drill out at Lake Wazeecha. So we had 1 department meeting, 3 training meetings, 1 officer meeting. For public relation last month, our gun raffle was successful again this year, thanks to all who supported us. We also hosted a quarterly retiree breakfast in July, and we attended the Family Center Touch-a-Truck at the Lions Club. That was last Saturday of July. So smoke detector program, we didn't install any last month. Address signs, we sold 2. Just a side note, I've been having some issues with our air conditioner next door, and come to find out our furnace at the fire station, not the one for out in the truck room, but the one that does the kitchen and the meeting room and the offices and the back room, that is the original furnace that was put in that building in 1985 or 86. And the central air unit was installed in 1993. So we've gotten our time out of those units. You will be seeing that come budget request time, if not sooner, if that system, right now it's sounding like the blower motor might be going down on it, and if that's the case, there's no sense in putting $400 or $500 into it to fix a blower motor if we're going to replace it in a few months. So I'll keep you posted on that. But we have had to have Comfort Air here twice in the last 2 weeks to get the air conditioning back going next door. So just FYI. Okay, safety department, no injuries to report. So any questions from the board on anything? Okay,
Thank you.
all right, you bet.
All right, got the police report. Joe?
Good evening. Freshly back from the Chiefs conference, so I survived it. For July, we had 369 calls for service, 38 traffic citations issued, 1 ordinance citation, 20 written warnings, 15 arrests. On July 9th, there was a meeting at the courthouse for the car cruise, which did happen on August 2nd. There were a few issues, not as many as I was expecting, to be honest. And that was after the event, not during. The water ski tournament took place the 17th through the 20th. Special thanks to our auxiliary members who volunteered to assist us with that again. Between our department and the county part-time deputies, it's kind of like an all hands on deck kind of thing for that weekend every year. And July 29th was Cops at Culver's Day. That's a Police Lights of Christmas, which is a nonprofit. That investigator Kubishek attended that, and she's pretty involved in that. They do things like give to people that are on hard times and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really it for July. Any questions from anybody? No? Okay. All right, thanks.
Thank you. The treasurer report?
All right, for the month of July, our ending balance in our everyday checking account was $106,362.49. The repo account that goes with that had a balance of $60,006.43. Our money market at Prevail had a balance of $349,275.21. Our tax account has a balance of $297.44. The repo that goes with that has a balance of $6,260.38 for an overall total of $522,201.95. We had outstanding checks of $63,728.62. So total cash on hand at the end of July was $458,473.33.
Thank you much. Last, Public Works. Mike.
Good evening, everybody. In July, we received our new 1-ton pickup, which was not pickup, but 1-ton with a dump body on it, which was budgeted for the year. Currently getting that ready for service. We opened up Airport Avenue after the painting was complete. Last week we put gravel on our other 5 roads to be rebuilt this year, with hopefully shaping taking place early next weekend along with paving. We also did a little preventive maintenance on some new vehicles, with some stuff that we found down in the Dells when we were at the spring conference, the 3 of us. And Jason had time to view it as well that day. Looks quite promising. And of course our normal patching and mowing operations. That's the month of July. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mike. All right, agenda item number 6, consideration and possible action on resolution 2025-09, intent to participate in the development of a community wildfire protection plan, CWPP. So we have Amy from the DNR here. If you'd like to say a little bit, that'd be great.
Hi, everybody. Amy Penn. I work for the DNR, the Division of Forestry. My office is right here in Wisconsin Rapids, and I work in central Wisconsin called Central Wisconsin Sands. My purpose in life is working with communities that are at risk to wildland fire. So let me tell you that town of Grand Rapids is in the top 10 in terms of communities at risk in the state of Wisconsin. We have about 600 total. So not all of Wisconsin is prone to wildland fire. About half of it is falls under DNR fire protection. And so I'm assigned to this central part of Wisconsin, and town of Grand Rapids is definitely on the list of communities that we're concerned about. What is that based on? It's based on a big GIS project we did to look at What is the soil type? What is the cover type? What is the population density? What's the housing density? There are quite a few things that go into those layers that kind of eventually just spit out here are the communities that we want to prioritize work with. Just a little bit, and a good example of some communities around you that are working in this framework. You sit in a clump of very high risk, and I see going way back, you still have the risk map back there from probably 2010. But I work right now with Town of Rome, Town of Saratoga, Town of Monroe, Town of Big Flats. You guys are all adjacent and in that very high fire risk category. Just in terms of some history with Town of Grand Rapids, I first worked with you guys. I've been around 17 years, worked with you guys starting in 2010. You had a community wildfire protection plan in concert with Town of Saratoga. It was combined in 2016. Came back before the board. We wanted to update that plan. The town supported that. We did the update. And then as we went through, that was from 2018 to 2022, but about 2020, 2021, Arnie Nystrom retired from our committee and we lost that board rep, and then we've just sort of been, waiting to kind of get things back in order. And so that's the purpose of coming today. I think the sample resolution is probably pretty clear. What the ask is of the town is, would you be willing to invest some time and energy into planning for wildland fire? Let me give you a little bit of background on what that entails. The Community Wildfire Protection Plan, which, congratulations, you're the first person that didn't say wildlife. I mean, in 17 years, you did a great job reading it off. It is a national initiative. There are CWPPs that are being done nationwide over the last 20 or so years. We all see more and more homes burning on the news, and so it's just a national initiative that's being instigated at the state level by the DNR Division of Forestry. It requires involvement from the local government, the local state agency responsible for wildland fire, which is the DNR, and the local fire department. So I've talked to Chief, we've gone back and forth. He knows that I was going to be here this evening, and he's willing to speak up and share his opinion on the concept. He was recently involved with a new plan we did for Saratoga a couple years ago, 2023. So there are several levels of investment. Basically, we want to play with you guys. Like we want to have that connection. We want to be working with you guys. Because your risk is so high, our preference is that you would come in at the highest level of investment, which is a community wildfire protection plan. What that entails is 2 people from the town to be engaged in this process and in the group. 1 must be a town board member. 2 from the local DNR, so it would be myself as well as your local ranger, who is Aaron Wallace, and then 2 from the fire department. So the idea is that we get together, we talk about the wildfire risk, we talk about what are actions that each of our organizations could take, usually pretty simple ideas, low-hanging fruit. What can we be doing to educate people in the town about their risk, about preventing wildland fires, what they can do around their homes to lessen their risk, and other topics that would come up. So I have brought some background information from the past. I don't expect an answer tonight, but I brought some things that you guys can take a look at. The CWPP that was written for 2018 to 2022, as well as we did a short action plan in 2021 when we sort of just took a little bit of a break. So you can see the kind of projects that we've talked about in the past. If you are willing to play with us, but maybe not at that level, maybe it's not that level of interest or your desire to have another meeting to go to, which by the way is usually, the planning process is probably 2 or 3 meetings. We do that every 5 years, and then we meet once or twice a year. That's what we're talking about in terms of level of commitment for a town board representative as well as a board member. There are other lower levels that we could consider doing, and if you would like to know more about that, I could be happy to share a little bit more of information. That would be at least staying in contact with a member of the board or keeping a shorter version of a plan. Again, the idea is that we're not going to eliminate the wildfire risk. It's always going to be there. You guys have been in the top 10 since I started in 2008. You're going to stay there. We're never going to solve it. We're never going to arrive, but the idea is that we're doing the little bits that we can. People are our number 1 cause of wildfire ignitions, and the number 1 cause is debris burning. So even if all we can accomplish or work towards or continually work towards is helping people to understand the risk, understanding if they have to have a debris burning permit, and how to carefully, be careful with their fire. That's a huge win. Chief already mentioned the address signs, improving accessibility for fire trucks and emergency prayer. That was stuff that was also part of this kind of a plan. So the ask from us is, would you please consider participating in this planning process? You have to be interested, and the fire department has to be interested, and we have to be interested, or it doesn't happen. So if you say no thank you to the CWPP, maybe a lesser value, or just no thank you, then I'll go away for a while. In a few years, I'll come back again. So I'm not quite at retirement, so I'll be back. And I think now my new strategy is going to be to come every year. Every year, at maybe like May, go to all the town boards because there's so much turnover that, I recognize Bill from back in the day, but otherwise it's a lot of new faces. And so I just want to open it up, Chief, if you want to.
Well, yeah, this program is ongoing. I know we had a group that there was quite a bit of work in the Brookhaven subdivision that was done. And then, but yeah, it's not new to the town, working with the DNR to, like she said, do things to lessen our risk for wildland fires. Obviously, we're pine intensive here in this town, so pine loves to burn.
It does. Thank you for mentioning Brookhaven Estates. So I missed that. So I work at the township level with the CWPP. I also work at the subdivision level with Firewise USA. It's another national initiative. So you are home to a Firewise site. So Brookhaven Estates has been a recognized Firewise site since probably 2009. So I continually work with them. I'm at their annual meeting just about every year, and they apply for grant funds through my department every year to do some fuels reduction work in there. But you should for sure at least be aware of that. So thank you for bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes.
Yes, I remember this well, and I was sorry to see it kind of just go away and die. And if I may, I would like to make a motion to approve the resolution.
Thank you, Bill.
I will second.
All right, thanks, Jason. Any further discussion on the resolution?
So we just need to look for volunteers, or?
We will. You don't need one tonight.
don't,
You just
no.
need the that we're committing to going forward, and then.
Yeah, I don't even need that tonight, but that's awesome. I'll leave in a great mood if that's the case. But yeah, just identifying one person that's willing to commit. And since we don't meet very often, it's good to have a backup. If something comes up, that person can't make it, we need to make sure we have someone there who can kind of bring that message back. So, yeah.
And just to last trim, like, she's done some great work down in Saratoga. I mean, that, obviously, you talk about a township that's got some fire risk.
They're number
It was
one.
kind of the wild, wild west, but Amy's really done big strides down there, working with their board and changing driveway ordinances and working with, ways to deal with brush and
I mean,
multiple.
I can't even take credit for that. The town has done that. But I mean, the idea is that we sit around a table and we talk about why are these things important, and then the town decides what can they do about it. So they took a lot on themselves. But, yeah.
You involved in northern Wood County here, where there are different colored fire signs indicating for fire trucks how long the driveway is, if there's turnaround. I think that's a great idea.
It's a great idea. I was not involved with that.
Oh,
So that was strictly a fire department. I believe that's Pittsville Fire
That was
Department.
Yeah.
Jerry Minor.
Jerry
was the one
Minor.
that had one.
Yeah, he's a big fan and supporter of wildfire prevention. So, any other questions for me? Otherwise, thrilled that was an easy sell. Felt great.
So you were looking for a board member and then another.
Obviously,
member
the fire
from
department's
the
in.
public, and then two people from the fire department?
Yep. And
Okay.
yeah, chief, I want chief.
Yeah.
And then if another officer, someone that could kind of commit to it, we're trying to get some depth and some backup just in case.
Yep.
And then one from the board, at least more, very welcome. And then someone just from the community. Sometimes I'll have 5 or 6 people that are just interested and want to be engaged. Sometimes it's the town clerk. She's like, don't look at me, don't look at me. But every town is different.
I think the appointment from the board would come from our chairperson. That's the way it was the last time.
However you guys want to do that.
Okay.
Yep. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a motion and a second on the floor right now. Any further discussion? Seeing none, let's vote on the resolution. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, resolution carries. Do we wanna- Can we do it?
Sure.
I guess,
I'm just gonna leave this for later, sorry.
before we leave this item, does anybody have any interest in serving on the Community Wildfire Protection Plan group?
I would like to.
You would like to?
Yes. I would be an alternate if needed.
Okay.
If you want to, if you're good with that, you
I am
can
good
do
with
the
that.
motion
Okay.
to, and then vote on that.
All right. Somebody want to do a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
All right, so a motion for Bill to be primary Community Wildfire Protection Plan board member and Jason to be the alternate? All right. Need a second?
I would second that motion.
Thank you, Bill. Any further discussion? All right, if seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, Bill and Jason, for volunteering for that. All right, moving on to number 7, consideration and possible action on municipal clerk Court Ninneman attending the municipal court clerk seminar in Wisconsin Dells, October 9th and 10th, 2025.
I will make a motion to approve the.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Todd. Any further discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, number 8, consideration and possible action on Chair Kuhn's appointment for replacement to fill the vacancy on the Police and Fire Commission through May 2028 due to a member's resignation midterm. So in your packet, you've got Scott Sager's biography and a little bit about him. He is my recommendation to fill this position. Scott's here if you have any questions, if you want to say anything. Okay.
Yeah, I guess you have my bio. Pretty much, I guess, speaks loudly in a couple paragraphs about, I guess, a little bit my background and history. And what I can offer the Township Police and Fire Commission. If there's any questions from my bio, definitely open to any conversation.
Yeah, I just think having somebody with a police background definitely will benefit the Police and Fire Commission.
I'd be glad to make a motion to approve the appointment.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jason. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations, Scott, and thank you for serving.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, we got number 9?
Yes.
Okay, so number 9, consideration and possible action on finance options for a new server. You want me to start this, or do you want to?
I can summarize or whatever you wish.
You go ahead, that's fine.
I think I gave everybody a little bit of background on this. So at the July meeting, you had approved doing a lease on the new server that our IT had suggested. We got the documents last week, and once everybody kind of took a closer look at them, they kind of decided maybe it was not the best idea. There's going to be a large amount of interest because we did plan on budgeting to pay it off right away in January, most likely is what we had planned on. So after looking at the numbers, I mean, we can definitely move forward with the lease, but you're going to be looking at $3,000 in interest from now until we pay it off in January, which is a lot of interest for a $22,000 server. So you have 3 options. We can do the lease. We could just purchase it outright. You know, he can just order it. It wouldn't be through a lease. It would have to come from the general fund. Or we can just wait and sit on it and plan at budget time and just, you know, hopefully nothing, I mean, we are getting towards the end of the year. You know, hopefully nothing goes wrong. So I don't know.
I talked to IT at the county level, and they suggested, I showed them what you had wrote up about it, and they suggested just purchase it. That's the best way to go. And
Yeah, it's a lot of money and interest. It's kind of crazy.
What's your comfort level of
I'm comfortable with it. I mean, you mean with waiting or purchasing?
till budget time or?
we've kind of gone back and forth. I mean, you just have no way of knowing. I'm not the IT person. He has concerns and wants it done sooner rather than later due to concerns he sees on the server. But it could last another 2 years. It could go out tomorrow. It's, it's always a chance of something happening. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I don't know.
We did have a server go down before Lisa was
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
We do have backup.
Mhm.
Yes, it's a pain and we're without our, our computers for a time period. It's doable if it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, so,
Yeah, I mean, everything is backed up, obviously, as long as everybody's using the proper drives that they're supposed to be using, that those are all backed up. I know there was some things lost at that time because,
Desktops.
yeah, people didn't have things saved to the proper drive, but realistically, could we go further and just budget for it at budget time and do it like with the loan or whatever? Absolutely. It's just a chance we take. I mean, I don't think it's gonna go out tomorrow. I mean, I say that and then it will, I don't know. I don't know what the rate, I would, yeah, it's just a lot of money for one purchase if we're gonna pay it off in a few months.
Could we have fire department have another gun raffle and?
I don't know, Attorney Flanagan, what would you say about that?
Gun raffle for a server?
bake sale.
Yeah, bake sale.
Bake sale?
Bake sale.
I mean, we're not, oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to make a motion to go ahead and purchase it.
And now?
Yes,
Okay.
instead of waiting.
Okay. A motion on the floor to purchase the server?
And you can still have discussion after a second, so that's not saying
Yeah.
you want to do it. I mean, if you have a second, then you can discuss more.
Before or after? we have a second?
After,
Need a second
do a
first.
second, and then you guys can discuss, so that's not, and then you'll vote on it after discussion, so that's not committing to anything.
The money is there?
Yes, we do have, we've
That's
got
my
money in the,
question.
yes. Obviously, everybody knows, what budget looked like for this year, so it's not ideal. But, we get tax settlement in a couple weeks, we'll be fine. If we're gonna have to do it in early next year anyways, it's not really any different if we do it now. We'd have to probably do like a budget amendment,
By the end of the year.
just before, like maybe next month or whatever, we could do a budget amendment for it, so.
What are your thoughts,
Oh,
Joe?
Go ahead.
Can I second it so we
Yes,
can keep,
let's
I'll
do it,
second it so we
yes.
can continue the
Mhm.
conversation,
Thank
so
you.
that's fine. I personally feel it's something we're gonna commit to next year anyway, so I would not wanna take the risk of the next 4 months of having an issue with it. We're gonna spend the money that's there right now anyway, and the lease idea, I mean, Lisa and I talked about this a little bit, if this was my personal finances, I would not lease this and spend the extra $2,500, $3,000 for the 4 months that would be sitting there, so definitely think purchase is the right option to go. Any other discussion? All right, so the motion is to purchase the server in 2025 using money from the general fund. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you. Number 10 is the July disbursement vouchers.
No, just if there's any questions.
Anybody have any questions on the disbursement vouchers? Of the invoices that were presented? If not, as you're going through that, we can take a look at the operator licenses, number 11.
I'll make a motion to approve Bonnie MJ.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Ted. Any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, reports from committees. Let's start with Public Works.
We met a couple times in the past month. really didn't get a whole lot accomplished, and still kind of a work in progress on several issues. And we will be planning another meeting in the near future to keep the ball rolling, per se.
Thank you. All right. Airport Commission?
Airport Commission met last Thursday. Nothing really new to discuss. Their master plan hasn't really taken a whole lot of gain. Things are slow. Legislation's slow. Government's slow. But still, wheels are turning. Just a couple odds and ends, some HVAC equipment that needs some servicing, and then they have another electronic gate that is having issues at the site. And there's been doing the manager and his staff have been doing some maintenance around the old hangar. If anyone remembers the old yellow hangar out there, there's a possibility of some local money being spent on that to kind of bring it back to a little bit of its glory. And they've been trimming trees and so on around that as of right now. Easy stuff, so.
Just one more to add. Today at the seed committee, you were authorized $15,000
Nice.
for next year.
Thank you, Bill.
All right. Recycling, solid waste, and water. We did not meet. Plan Commission, do you have any?
Yeah, I can take that.
Thank you.
So the Plan Commission met on August 11th. They reviewed and approved a CSM combining two parcels into a single 1.4 acre parcel. They recommended to Legislative Committee the approval of an ordinance and accompanying permit related to small scale solar regulations. And then they also reviewed ordinance regulations for chicken coops, and it was specifically around mobile chicken coops and whether or not we needed any additional regulations regarding that.
All right. Thank you. Public buildings?
Not me.
Not me, okay. Legislative?
We do have, now that we have the recommendation from the Plan Commission, I think all the items that we were kind of waiting on for a meeting, if you'd like to check your calendars right now and give me an idea of when you'd like to meet.
Just one note, as you know, when I talked to Amber today, the next 2 weeks are out for her due, to the start of school. But she did say, feel free to, if you don't want to wait longer than that, just to go without her. So she won't be available the next 2 weeks, though.
So the next 2 weeks, as in this week and the next week, or the
nope,
rest of the month?
The rest of the month. Yep. So the 18th through the 29th are out for her. But she said don't wait on her if you want to get moving on it. So.
Well, it's up to the board as far as how you'd want to do it. We could look at the week of the 25th, or we could look at some other week if you'd prefer to wait till Amber gets back.
I guess if we can wait between the 1st and the 10th to get it before the next board meeting. I don't know if the 3rd works, or is that not a good night?
The 3rd would be municipal court,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's definitely.
How about Tuesday, the 2nd?
Coming off of Labor Day?
I'm trying to think, why do I feel like we have?
Well, I think we'll all be sober.
I can do the 2nd. I know Amber, Wednesday nights are always her for sure free night. I don't know I don't know if things are starting yet on the 2nd or not, but whatever.
I'm okay on the 2nd.
I am too.
I am.
Okay. Let's
Everyone.
tentatively plan on, at what time do you want to start that?
6 o'clock? I think that's normally what we start.
Normally,
AM?
no, not if you want me there.
All right, so 6 p.m. on Tuesday?
Okay.
Yep. And then
September 2nd.
just to run down, so I have for the tentative agenda, small scale solar that came recommended from Plan Commission, portable storage container regulation that also came as a recommendation from Plan Commission, ATV ordinance, there was a referral to review our regulations in regards to that. And also, I believe we also have driveway regulations. There may be another one I'll talk to Mike about. I think we maybe had two, so I may be missing one. Those are the ones that I have pending for legislative.
I have one I was going to make individual board report. I just think we should have a motion on the reports. I mean, we do it at the county level, all the other things that I'm on. When somebody makes a report, like under number 5 here, we should make a motion to approve those reports. Otherwise, it don't look like the board did.
Can I just ask a
Yeah, of
question?
course.
Just out of curiosity, what happened, why would you be disapproving a report, or what happens if you make the
Well, it's just the idea that people don't know when they read the minutes, did the board ever approve those reports?
not the minutes, but the reports? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Did I say the minutes?
Just right now, but
No.
yeah, when you said no, you're fine. No, I was just trying to figure
It's
out.
just for the reports,
Okay.
like the treasurer's report is on here twice, something to that effect. It's just something we could talk about at the legislative meeting.
Just so I'm clear as far as how to notice it, are we talking about the department reports or the board?
Yes, the department reports.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's something we can discuss at the legislative meeting, and
Sounds good.
if people don't think we need it,
Okay. Anything else, Nick?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Public safety?
Did not meet.
Okay, economic development, we did not meet, and personnel did not meet in July. So on to the WTA meeting.
the WTA meeting was held on July 18th by the town of Seneca, and it was held in Nakusa at their hall that they had. Jason Gumbrook from Wood County Planning Director spoke on Wood County zoning, and no legislators were present at that meeting. Didn't shorten it any though. Steve Dickerson from District 2 Board of Directors and WTA said the towns will benefit from the state budget that was passed. And that was that. And the next meeting will be August 15th, this coming Friday, and it'll be at the town of Rock. And the town of Rock is up there by the Nasonville Dairy, and that's who the speaker will be, Ken Herman from there. So that'll be at 6:30, it'll start.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Reports of individual town board members. Jason?
I have nothing.
Okay. Todd?
I was just going back through some meetings and stuff on the website there. Was anything ever come up on the test well that the Army Corps of Engineers put in? Is there any information or updates on water monitoring? Anything that they did back in November, December?
Go ahead.
Yes, that report will be out probably in November or December, the report
Coming up
was.
after a
And
year.
all the wells have been tested, and they're being tested right now. And they've asked people if they want them left in there or taking them out, and that's what they did. One on 45th Street remains there, yeah.
Okay. Was there just one?
No,
Oh,
there's
there's more.
5, I think,
Okay.
5.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Anything else, Todd?
No,
Nothing else?
no.
Okay. Bill, did you have anything?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to, again, thank Bill and Jason for stepping up and being a part of that committee. Bob, thanks for being a part of that, and wanted to thank Scott for serving your community on the Police and Fire Commission, so thank you for stepping up. Any future agenda items anybody wants to see? No? Okay. If not, the Grand Rapids Town Board will move into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Stats, Section 19.85, paren 1, paren C, considering employment promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility for the purpose of interviewing candidates for town attorney services. Just looking for a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Jason.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Todd. Do we have to do it individual?
Roll call, yes.
Okay, roll call. Bill?
Aye.
Todd?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so closed session at 6:45. We're in closed session. Thank you, everybody, for coming.